Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of 2, learning the lingo for affiliate marketing, and this is video 2 of 3, common words and phrases. Like I said in the first video, for part 2, I had to condense this down a little bit to 3 different videos. So this is video 2 of 3, and I'm hoping to get this up tonight as well. I'm going to just go right on to the first word on this particular video, solo ad. This is an email ad that is sent out with your email message and your HTML or creative, which can also be called, your picture ad, squeeze page ad, banner ad, whatever it happens to be, the destination URL. And it's sent to a solo ad provider or traffic network, okay? And I failed to mention, there are some free traffic exchanges out there that will also sell solo ads. You can use them, and I say they're free, but usually when you want to send a solo ad, they're going to charge you for that, unless you're an upgraded member in that particular traffic exchange, and then you have some mailers have so many different solo ads you can send out, a number of them per month or whatever. But basically, I wanted to talk a little bit about this because solo ad is, whenever you're looking for a solo ad provider, one of the things that I highly recommend that you do is to go to Facebook, and in the Facebook search bar, search solo ad providers. You should come up with at least 3 or 4 different groups. And what I want you to do is start looking for the players. Look at who is advertising as a solo ad provider. That's the first thing to do. Grab their names, and then look at the comments and the replies that they're getting based on who they're selling to. And I say do this because this is your due diligence. This is your research on who's providing the best traffic as an individual, who's providing quality clicks and maybe over delivering. You're going to see comments like, "Hey man, I bought 200 clicks from you. You over delivered. Gave me 220. Woohoo! Got 40 sales from this. Definitely will use you again," things like that. And I want you to pay attention to them, not just for one day, but do this for a week. Write down the guys and gals that are selling, and keep it a little tick mark thing going on, like how many times have they gotten really good responses, because you don't want to flush money down the toilet, and some of them that are out there are not they're not good people. They're not providing you with things that you definitely want them to provide you with. And one of the first questions I'll have you ask them is, how are they aggregating their list? Meaning, when you hook up with an individual, because you saw a lot of different likes and comments and replies, there's 2 things that they should be able to provide you with. One is how their list is aggregated. If they do not respond to that question, walk away from them, okay? Because what that means is, how are they putting their list together? How are they adding new people? How are they capturing names and emails? There's a lot of slick ones out there that aren't abiding by the ethical rules, and you want to stay clear of them, because you're going to spend money for nothing. Another question to ask them is, will you provide me with stats? And if they can't provide you with stats, then you need to move on, because you're not going to have tracking software to track the clicks from this solo ad provider. And if they can't provide you with a stat report, some sort of tracking that they've done for you, then you need to find someone else, okay? But make a list of who they are, that you've been watching for a week and just go down through your list, okay? Another thing I'm not going to I'm going to recommend you not doing is some of them I've seen go up to $2 per click. There's no reason for you to be purchasing from an individual at that high of a rate. Unless their traffic is absolutely quality traffic, and I want you to write this down, quality traffic being they have avid buyers. They may not have laser targeted traffic for your particular niche, but if they are selling quality traffic, that means that on their list consists of buyers, known buyers that are going to buy, okay? The other thing is you want to make sure that you're getting top tier 1 or tier 2 traffic. And I'm going to talk about that either in this video or in the next one. I've got it on the list. But at any rate, those are two or three things that you really do need to do your research on, and the best way to do that is to track them in Facebook. Add those particular groups to your groups in Facebook that you're following. Follow the group, and when you're following them, that means that you'll be able to see, you know, when people are posting in there and they're adding comments and replies and stuff like that. And you want to make sure you know how they're aggregating their list. If they're not capturing someone's name and email ethically, or they're selling something totally off the wall, and you know that your ad probably wouldn't sell well on their list, then don't just go on by them, go down your list to the next person, okay? Ad copy. Now this is the written text used to pre-sell a product or service, and it will help engage the prospect and make them click on a link that sends them to the site where they can find out more information, or your destination URL. Now, copy is a term that's used for your email content. It's used for a lot of different things, actually. Whatever your email content is considered copy. Your squeeze page, whatever text is on your landing page, sales page, newsletter, opt-in page, anything in the written form, okay? You can be a direct mail advertiser or promoter and have flyers done up with case studies or whatnot. And case studies are another form of ad copy, by the way. Anything in the written form that helps the customer make a decision on whether or not to buy, or that makes them curious enough to click further to get to the destination URL, okay? So you're going to see that term used, ad copy. All it means is the written form that also helps to promote the product that you're selling, okay? And when I talked earlier in the last video about your email swipe copy that you're providing with your creative, your email swipe copy, another way to capture a unique visitor that might have just clicked on and didn't purchase something. Maybe they need just a follow-up email, you know, introducing yourself and thank you for being, you know, subscribing to my list and whatnot. And then provide them with some valuable content that might not have been on your opt-in page. Something that will entice them further or make them more curious about, you know, maybe this is the product that I want to buy, you know, maybe now's the time for me to buy this. A lot of marketers use what we call urgency in their promotions, and you know, I recommend doing that as well, because if a person, a prospect, goes to a destination URL or goes to a landing page and opts in, one of the reasons that they opt in is because they're afraid that if they come back to it, it may not be available at that particular price. So if you're creating some type of urgency in your email as well, then that will spark some interest or more curiosity as to whether or not they should purchase right then and there, okay? So that's what ad copy is. And remember, solo ad providers, do your research on those, okay? Now, text ads, I see these used quite frequently in traffic exchanges, and I get a chuckle out of a lot of them because these are very creative people that are usually using text ads. They're the humblest, simplest form of advertising out there, but if they're used correctly, by using keywords that a consumer may use in a keyword search, or by using content that sparks interest in that one-liner, because that's all a text ad is it's a one line. And some traffic exchanges, as well as traffic networks, they may limit the amount of characters that you can use. Okay, so you have to be pretty creative, and there's a lot of creative people out there, because sometimes I see ads like, oh, you won't believe some of them that I see, but you'll know what I'm talking about when all you see is a hyperlink. That it's usually just in the form of a hyperlink, sends them directly to a destination URL. And I think these are most commonly used by people that have already created their lists, and there's some way for them to capture once they go to maybe they're going to a landing page, for example, and then they're gonna put in their name and email in that opt-in page or landing page. Excuse me. But these ads, they may stand a better chance of attracting consumers, and they are the cheapest ads out there, so be aware that they do exist, okay? But like I said, they're just a one-liner. They're not a banner or anything like that you're promoting. It's just one simple line of text, and it's a hyperlink, usually taking them to your landing page, okay? And it's not an email, it's just an ad that you can display like in a traffic exchange, or you might put it in an email. I have yet to see a text ad used just in an email. Why do that? You can send them directly to your landing page with a URL. So HTML, we talked about this briefly with creative, okay? It stands for hypertext markup language. And what this is it's a language, and we're up to HTML5. This language is a form of coding that allows for content as well as images to be displayed on a particular ad. Okay, and if you know code, then you're going to have an upper hand. Like I might have said before, this is considered the standard for language coding, and it's used to create entire websites by developers and programmers. So if you have your website created for use, they may be creating it with HTML and some JavaScript. And understand, website, I may or may not get into this because one of my affiliations is with Wealthy Affiliate, and they take you by the hand and they go step by step through how to create a website. So I've been contemplating this, whether or not I'm going to do that or even get involved in that, because I don't want to steal Kyle's thunder. He's an excellent trainer on that. I learned a lot from him myself. But at any rate, HTML, just understand that it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And if you know coding, then you could create your whole website using HTML, okay? You could create landing pages just using HTML, because all it is coding. And I've seen some really fantastic looking landing pages out there, done very professionally, and they've been done in HTML. It's sometimes, it's easier if you know code, because using drag and drop sometimes isn't as easy as they claim it is to create your landing page. You have to find a really good landing page provider, for software, or a plugin for your website. Let me see. Some of your solo ad providers might just ask for your HTML. Now they could be referring, once again, just to your destination URL, which could simply be a banner that you're using to promote, as a new person to the marketplace. Affiliate affiliates using Amazon, any of the free affiliate associations, they have creative that's already done for you. So all you have to do is, take the link and use the link, and it has your ID already attached to it, so that'll help you out a lot. Now, niche, we've talked about this a little bit in the very, very first video, but once again, your marketing niche is a specific group of people that share a common bond in interest, okay? And I gave you an example here of fishing. Now, that would be a very broad-based niche, because you could go very deep with this. You could go with types of fishermen. You've got bass fishermen out there, trout, perch, pike, God, I can't even think, catfish, deep sea fishermen. Bass fishermen and trout fishermen are, you can have trophy fishermen that just go from one tournament to another, making thousands of dollars for catching the biggest fish. You could go with rods and reels used in specific types of fishing. It's all about your research, and it's all about you thinking about your niche. And one thing I want to make a point about right now with niche: don't make this any harder on yourself than you already have to. Okay? Because a lot of people get hung up on this. I know I did when I first started out. I kept thinking, God, what am I gonna, what do I care about? What do I really want to do? There's so many different topics out there, and hobbies and stuff a lot of stuff that I like to do. But the one thing that I was really passionate about, and always have been, and I went back through my life history, looking for the times when I was the most happiest in a job, a job, and that it boiled down to teaching. I love helping people especially grasping things that are explained in such a way that they're way over your head. I can break it down and I can make it into a simpler form so that people that don't understand the lingo can understand what it is that I'm trying to get across to them. So I love to teach, and I'm very passionate about that. So that's what I made my niche about. And I'm passionate about affiliate marketing. I think it's one of the greatest forms of making money online. I really do. I know a lot about it, and I'm passionate about it. So my niche is affiliate marketing, but you can take that so deep. You can go so much deeper than just affiliate marketing with my niche as well. But the thing that I'm trying to get across to you here, guys, really and truly, is that you don't want another job that you hate getting up in the morning, dread getting out of bed to work on. You want to make this something that you are passionate about, that you look forward to getting out of bed in the morning, even if you don't. As sometimes you'll work through the night. You're so passionate about it. Okay, I work basically at night, and I get a lot more accomplished when the house is sleeping and the dogs are sleeping and they're not yapping. Especially when I'm doing these videos, you don't hear the dogs barking. But you want to be very passionate about it. Something that you know something about, that you have as a hobby maybe, or something that you do in your spare time because you enjoy it. You're going to find that by getting more involved and making that your business, you're going to find that with all the research that you do, you're going to learn so much more about it. And you may think you know everything there is to know already, but I'm here to tell you, the more research you do and the more keyword searching you do on this particular niche that you like or are passionate about, you're going to find that there are other people out there, other websites, more information out there that you may not have known anything at all about. Okay? And that's one of the things that I highly recommend you do. Find something that you're really passionate about, because the more passionate you are, the more that's going to come across, and the work that you have to do to get to where you want to be in the amount of money that you want to be making is going to be that much easier for you. Okay, it's not going to be as hard as a job was. Okay, next up, that's it. Look at that, how simple this one was. Okay, so this was video 2 of 3 common words and phrases. There's one more video coming, so stay tuned. It won't take days, hopefully, but it's taking me a long time to audio sync with the slides themselves. I'm finding it very difficult with the software that I'm using, and I'm looking, believe me, I'm looking for something easier, but at any rate, it takes a long time to convert this to an MP4 file and then upload it. It takes forever to upload it to video, to YouTube, create the video from it. So just bear with me. We've got one more to go, but at least this was a little bit shorter, okay? I thank you for your time again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.